All right, guys, as a really quick disclaimer, Silas is home with me today. He's my roll dog for the day. So if he just walked out. Okay, baby, go tell sister. Go tell sister. So you'll hear some background noise. And so thank you for your patience with that. But coming to you live, excited, full of energy, and full of gratitude as always. So I'm actually going to turn it to somebody to take us out on the field. You guys know this routine. You know how it goes. Hold on, Silas. I'm actually going to turn it over to Romel. And Romel, I'm going to have you take us out on the field. And I'm also going to ask you a question to include in this. If you were giving yourself some advice today, if you were looking yourself in the mirror and you were your own coach today, what is the advice that you need to hear today? So take us out on the field and tell us what advice you would need to hear on this beautiful, beautiful morning. So let's go, Romel.
Good morning, team. I'm going to share a quote that I read actually this morning. Struggle is temporary. Sacrifices are like investments. Give up the short-term comfort for the long-term win. Be patient and stay focused. So that's what I said directly to myself this morning, that the struggles I'm going through really are temporary, and I got to keep pushing through those things, stop beating myself up about what I haven't done, focus on what I have done, and focus on the next step. So that's my encouragement to everybody today. You guys are doing awesome, and you actually encourage me. So keep doing what you're doing and go out and crush it.
Wow. Okay. All right. So I don't know about you guys, but how many people connected with that message right now? I saw Steffi. She's like, okay, all right. I think that was definitely needed. And it's so crazy. Like, you guys, I don't know who's going to be the one that brings this out on the field, but I just saw something earlier that it's easy for us to think about the immediate. What's hard for us to realize is sometimes it takes 3 months. Sometimes it takes 3.5 months. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to see that paycheck. And I'm talking top producers. I'm talking people that are up and coming. I'm talking brand new. Sometimes it's hard, right? That time in between escrows is often hard. So Romel, really, really strong message. And I appreciate you sharing that. And I know when I look around the screen, I saw people's reaction. People connected with that message. So good stuff, Romel. Love it. Let's go right in today, you guys. I have some things I want to share with you guys. I'm going to share some tips, some advice, and I'm going to give you some resources and things that you guys can take immediate action on today. And then I'm going to turn the mic over to you guys in just a few minutes. But let's go all in right now. And I want to talk to you guys about growth and growth in your profitability, right? At the end of the day, you guys are here. We talk about mind, body, and spirit. We talk about gratitude. We talk about your mind and quite a bit in this environment. But what I also want to talk about, and what's important to you guys, is making sure that you guys are spending time, and then that time is leading to you guys being profitable. Just like Romel said, it takes a little bit of time. You might be having some struggles, but I want to help you guys get into profitability, and I want to help you guys get there faster than later. And here's what I want to talk about. You guys could be strong in your mind, strong in your body, but we want to make sure that you're profitable. Oftentimes, when we think about all the things that we're doing, sometimes we just need to be doing less things. And I wrote here, doing great things means that you need to be doing fewer things. We are trying to do all kinds of things. We're seeing stuff, we're getting emails, we're trying this, we're trying that, we're going here, we're going there. And in hindsight, sometimes it's just not working and it's too much. So what I want you guys to think about over the next couple of weeks is just really being a minimalist. When I say minimalist, I want you guys to think about a lead pillar that you want to focus on. Maybe it is working with buyers. Maybe it's working with expired. Maybe it's working with FSBOs. Maybe it's going after sellers. But if you're trying to do all those things, then you are a jack of all trades and a master of none. You're trying to dabble over here one day and calling expired. You knocked on 17 doors this day. You did a video to listings one day. You sent some CMAs out. And so you're trying to do all these things, but what I want you to focus on over the next couple of weeks is truly being a minimalist. And what I want you to do is think about a lead pillar or a source that you could really just hone in on your skills. And I wrote something down here. Don't depend on your energy. Don't depend on your charisma. Don't depend on your good looks. I want you to depend on making sure that you are focusing on a skill set, because what we want to do is we want to grow. We want to have profitability. Well, oftentimes, if you focus 1 to 2% getting better on something, 1 to 2%, what you're going to see is you're going to see a long-term growth. And I'll give you an example here. Say your answer to getting better in this one lead source is to become the best listing agent in the market. Understanding that game, understanding the flow, understanding the marketing timeline, the seller net sheet. Well, I want to encourage you to say, you know what? Hey, Tiger. Hey, Felisa. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Lizette. Let's buddy up. And every single day, we're going to practice this one skill set. Let's go over the listing presentation over and over and over again. Because I promise you, if you focus your efforts on prospecting the listings, you've spent 1 to 2% of your time getting better. Now, what you're going to find is that whenever you're in front of a seller, you're more prepared. Because by show of hands, how many people want to get more listings and have more control in their business? Is that safe to say that all of us would probably want a couple more listings? So that's just one of the things that you could potentially work on. Or if it is becoming an expert at probate, well, imagine if you just spend a little bit of time getting 1 to 2% better on that one thing versus trying to do all these things. I promise you, you guys will see growth. And you guys will see your production go in a different route because you have a concentrated focus. So what I want you guys to focus on over the next 30 days, 2 weeks, is just to become a minimalist. Try to say, you know what? I'm going to get somebody. I'm going to get a Cortez. I'm going to get a Steffi. I'm going to get a Chris. We're going to buddy up and we're going to focus on this one skill set. And that's all we're going to do. We're going to focus on this one skill set. And I'm going to get 1 to 2% better. Because if I do that and I do that effectively over the long haul, that's when you guys are going to see that 20, 30, 40% growth in your business. So what I want you guys to unpack today is if you were to put your effort and become minimalist in this one thing and increase that by 1 to 2%, what would it be? What would it be? Instead of trying to do all things and be all things to everyone, you're going to run yourself ragged and you become a master at nothing. So I want to share that with you. I want to open the conversation up with that. And I want to encourage you guys to really unpack that conversation and say, what can I truly, truly work on right now? Let me ask you guys all a question. Please raise your hand with the reaction down below. How many of you guys have an email campaign right now? You're sending emails through Follow Up Boss. You have a MailChimp campaign, and you have a database of people that you're sending emails out to right now. Please raise your hand. I'm raising my hand because I'm part of that as well. What I want you guys to do today is I want you to go into all of your analytics and I want you to see who is not responding to your emails first and foremost. And I want you to see what your response rate is to your emails. Now, stay with me. There's tons of people that are looking at your emails and there's tons of people that are not looking at your emails. What I want to do is I want to start shaking the tree and finding ways to get more in tune with these people that are not viewing your emails. So check this out. I'm going to share 2 things with you right now that I want you guys to do, and I want you to instill in your business right away. How many people on this call, please just raise your hand or give me a reaction, have ever closed with a buyer or sold a listing? It's a pretty easy question. Okay, good. I want to encourage you guys, implore you, push you to stop sending just listed or just sold postcards. I want to encourage everyone to stop doing that. If you have a listing that you sold, stop sending just list or just sold. Why do you think I say that? Before I go on, before I give you an example, why do you think I say stop sending just sold postcards? Anybody want to chime in on that?
Is it boring?
Say again?
Boring. Everyone's
Is it
doing
boring?
it.
It's boring. Yes.
Everyone's doing it?
Okay, cool. Steffi, what did you say?
Yeah, everyone's doing it. They're the same thing. You're just another realtor who sold a house.
And okay, when you do that, who are you making it about?
You.
Fuck. Sorry. It's now it's self-glorifying.
Yeah.
Look at me, Tiger Webster. I just sold this house. And Tiger, I'm not picking on you. I'm just using your name. But now I'm making it about myself. Who is the hero in that journey? It is the sellers that were able to capitalize on a great market and were able to move their family up, down, New York, Phoenix, wherever they went. That's the power. So instead of doing a just sold, I want you guys to do this. And I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I pulled up a whiteboard here and I created this whiteboard a little bit earlier so you guys can see this, but hold on, let me go to this. I'm going to share this with you so you guys can see this. All right, where's my whiteboard? Where's my whiteboard? All right, cool. Let's go here. Presenting. All right, so let me know if you guys can see my screen Please give me a thumbs up, Lizette, because that's all I can see on my screen right now. Can you see my screen? Somebody say something, please. Just say it out loud.
Yeah.
Yep, I can see it.
Yeah, I can see you, Elias. Yes.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. So instead of sending some weak ass, just sold brochure that's beautiful, it's printed and it's, hey, just sold. That's cool. But I want to make you get better and I want to help you get better. And here's how you do it. I want you to focus. I don't care who you are. If you've sold 100 calls or 100 homes on this call, or if you've sold 6 homes on this call, what I want you to get in the habit of is doing case studies. And this is a case study, and here's how it's going to flow. Sold in 21 days, sold in 10 days, sold in 5 days, sold in 6 days, sold in 2 days, sold before we ever hit the market. 123 Main Street. There's the address. On the right-hand side, it's an illustration. It is the pictures of the beautiful home. Here is the timeline. This is your case study brought to the market on this date. I had 25 people at my first open house. I had 35 people at my second open house. I had 35 people at my broker open. We had 12 offers and we sold this home for $75,000 over asking price on X date. That will have more impact than you just saying just sold. Show them what your strategy was, what your routine was, how you help these consumers, and show them right here in the middle part what the case study was. This shows the consumer what it will be like if they're working with you. And here's the thing, you guys, collect case studies. Because, hold on, Silas. Hey, Larissa, come get your brother. When you are with a seller and you say, hey, Tom, I want to share with you a few of our case studies that have helped consumers sell homes in the market over the last 6 months. Now, this was not your home, but I believe that the same strategy would work to list your home and sell your home at the highest price in the shortest amount of time. Let me share with you a few of my case studies. What we're often doing is we're trying to make it more about us. And what I want to encourage you guys to do is think about this a lot differently. Case study. Any questions about this? I saw Joe Allen. Take yourself off of mute because I'm not looking at the chat.
I was just wondering, will our VAs have access to this new marketing piece template for us for our just solds?
It doesn't exist, but to answer your question, yeah, let's create this.
Thank you.
Absolutely, let's create this. But let me ask you a question. How can you guys leverage the the representation of a buyer in this same exact manner? How could you guys do a case study to let the neighborhood know that you just helped somebody purchase a home in that area? How can you leverage the same approach with the buyer that you just closed on if you don't have a new listing? Anybody want to chime in on that? Any thoughts? And freestyle with me, guys. It's no wrong answers here.
How many offers there were on the property that got accepted?
Okay, cool. What else? Will, let me hear from you, big dog.
Yeah, so like a really cool way to do this. So Elias, say that you're my client, right? We get it done. We did something super awesome. There was, 15 offers. The agent strategy, calling ahead of time, selling ourselves, our firm, who we are, gets us accepted, even if we're not the top price, right? But our terms and price made us the best offer, right? We were on top of our game, communicating with the agent, video chatting the agent so that there was a face-to-face connection and we weren't just another name. Holla, that's a good strategy to use. I use that. But it could be as simple as, we nailed this deal. Elias, do you mind popping onto Zoom with me for 5 minutes? I just want to chat with you and record the meeting and talk about what we did that was different and what your experience was. Are you down to do that?
Totally. But hold on, stay with me a second because we're getting a little off track here, Will.
Oh.
How do you include this in a marketing piece? You help this buyer, all the things that you just said, dope, right? But how do you include that in a marketing piece that's going to go out to consumers for a buyer?
I'm giving it to you.
Home?
Okay. I'm giving it to you, baby.
Okay.
That recording of us being on a Zoom, I'm going to upload it into my Facebook, into my Instagram, into my LinkedIn, and I'm going to boost it, even if it's just a $50 boost. And I'm going to target that to all of my followers. And they're actually going to see a case study of a client talking about what happened. It's way more effective than a postcard.
Okay. Ooh, I like this. I like this. Can you take that same recording, put it into a QR code and have them watch that if you send them out the postcard? Can you do that?
Yeah, you could literally send out a fast real estate with just a QR code that says scan this, right?
Okay.
And people can hit it and get straight into a video, and it can collect their data, geotag them, the whole 9 yards. So
okay, Joe Ellen, you're chomping at the bit. Really good stuff, Will. Chime in on this, Joe Ellen. And I'm going to give you guys some more thoughts on this. I want to really get your mind working this morning. Joe Ellen.
Yeah, the same thing is that you can go after the buyers with a QR code through this Canva, right? Record yourself. Also show the buyers that, hey, this house had, 10 offers on it. That means there are 10 more individuals in this area. But if we write strategically, like this offer was one, then we can help you. But yeah, QR code, Canva, and then you can drop a note, text it to them.
I love this. I love this. So here's the thing, you guys. You guys have this beautiful story that happened. You negotiated, you communicated hard on their behalf, you fought, you wrote a strong offer, you had great terms, everything that you did, everything that Will just said, everything that Joe Ellen said. Why not? And I saw this and I thought it was super powerful. Why not ask the permission? Melissa, you're my client, and I'm so happy that you and your significant are super stoked. Melissa, would you mind if I used your guys' photo, just you two, in a marketing campaign piece? Well, okay, what is that? I just want to share with the neighbors, welcome to the neighborhood, this new family. I was able to help them get into the home. They've been fighting. They've been searching for months. They have a family. They want to live here. Welcome your neighbors. Wonderful. Hear more of their story, that QR code, and follow me for more information about this, whatever. You guys, that is such a powerful way to do marketing, and it's no longer totally about you. It is something different. It is strategic, and it is something that will give people a different feel. Joellen, you had your hand up one more time.
While we're on this, so when anyone moves into your neighborhood that you're farming, you'll get a notification, right? And what you can do is you can go and drop off a little welcome package, like some cookies or something. Welcome to the neighborhood. If you have any questions, I'm here. I can help. Don't be like a realtor, but just be like a neighbor. Welcome to the neighborhood. And I had this thing that I got. It's called the 360 passport, and it's actually everything in Cameron Park, from restaurants to the trails, to the movie theaters, and then it tells them where to go, and I can include that in my little cookie package. I love
this. I love this. So you guys, oftentimes we think about this like, hey, I want to go out and find new listing opportunities, and it's great. And if you guys have past listings, leverage the shit out of this and tell case studies. But why not leverage the case study of all of your hard work that you put into helping these buyers find a home in that area? And even if it just goes out to the residents that have been there for 25 years and they have no thoughts of moving, guess what? You've connected with the people that live here, like, wow, this person went above and beyond. They're introducing us to this person that we're going to see in this neighborhood that's going to add to the economic value of our community. And this is somebody that we're probably going to see. Our kids are going to go to school together. Our kids are going to ride bikes together. So now what you've done is you've done something for your community. So it's far past you just sending a just sold, just listed, pending, welcome. This makes you a part of that community. So I want you guys to think a little bit differently. I don't care if it's a mobile home. I don't care if it's a $1.2 million home. I don't care if it's a listing, but walk through the strategy of, I'm going to do more case studies versus just sold, just listed. I'm going to get my name out there and let them know that I am a person of this community. Does that make sense? Is that something that you guys looking at your database right now can go back in and be like, damn, there's probably a client that you just clicked with and they are your homies for life now. I'm sure you can go and tell their story. Jess Bling, you had a contribution.
Sorry, I look like a ghost, guys. I have a couple.
Just under here looks like the ghost, and nothing else.
Yeah, I'm like just, we call it baking. We're baking our face so we don't crease. If I have a couple of clients that have sent me video testimonials, do our editors edit those, or should I do that on my own?
Hell yeah, absolutely. Guys, I want to see more of that. And imagine that in a postcard, in a newsletter that you're sending out digitally. That stuff sells. 100%. You got testimonials from consumers, send that to the shredders, tell them what you want to do with it, chop that shit up. Absolutely. Good stuff. All right, guys, any thoughts, any contributions on this? Anything brewing that you want to share? Any ideas? Any client that you know what, I'm gonna do this for this client right now.
One more thing I want to share, because something that I learned from Trisha Rossi, a top 500 agent in the Sacramento area, that she gets a testimony from the other side, the agent, every time, a video testimony. She sends a text, hey, Hector, how are you doing? Would you please give me a quick review? I would love it. I loved working with you. I'll do it as well. And then they get that video text and it goes into your portfolio of Zillow or wherever.
I love it. I love it. You guys, let me talk about this. Let me talk about how are you guys leveraging the dope videos that you guys are making, educational videos, area information. How are you leveraging that in your email campaigns? Because here's what the point is. I asked you earlier, if you have an email campaign, almost everyone raised their hand. What we have in all of our email campaigns is that we have people that are unresponsive. So here's what I want you to do is I want you to shake them up and I want you to bring them into your environment. If you've created a dope video, let's help you control the algorithms and how many people are going to see that video. And let's get the people in your database more interested in the things that you're doing and get them to see what you are doing on social. And I'm going to give you some advice on this. I just wrote this out. It's really simple, very, very quick message that you guys can send to your unresponsive leads. And it's simply this. Here's your hook. Don't make this mistake. I made this 49-second video of mistakes in purchasing a home in the Bay Area. The video saved tons of people from making costly mistakes, or the video went viral on TikTok or IG, whatever way you want to go with this. I talk about some of the biggest mistakes consumers make when purchasing a home in this area and what to be aware of. Here's the link. It's only 49 seconds. Shoot me a reply if you like it. Did I mention anything about, hey, call me, let's talk about your search, let's go out and look at homes? No, it's different. And what I'm doing is I'm driving them back to see the things that I've been creating. And maybe you just created a dope video about a down payment assistance program or a new listing that just came live that you shared from a friend on the team. Whatever it is, it's a completely different approach versus us sending the same old things. Hey, Tom, just checking in, still thinking about, purchasing a home in the Bay Area. I want you guys to do this. Go in, look at any of your unresponsive emails. Who's not opening your email, and do something like this today. And you guys could come up with the hook. I just wrote this. This is my version of it. You guys can write your own. Have it fun. The subject line mirrors the first line there. So there's some correspondence that when you read downhill, so those two match as soon as they start opening that email. This is something that I would highly, highly recommend that you guys do today for anybody that is not opening your emails. And listen, try it out, see what happens, see what works. Maybe get a couple more people viewing your videos, maybe get a couple more people, engaged with you. But the idea is we find new creative ways to get in front of consumers. Another one, and this one is really, really easy. In your subject line here, type this, quick question, okay? Quick question, ... Are you still interested in buying a home in the Bay Area? And leave it at that. Leave it at that. Okay. These are two email campaigns that I know can work because they have worked. The person that I'm stealing this from has worked tremendously from them in their business. So, quick question. Are you still interested in buying a home in the Bay Area? Not, hey, Ilona, how are you? Happy New Year. Hope things are well. I wanted to check in with you. Inventory is a little bit tight right now, but I am seeing a slow. I'm seeing this, like fucking bore them to death. Quick question. That's it. Make it really, really simple. Because I think what we're doing is we spend a lot of time on social. We are hopefully making phone calls, but what we're not doing, and maybe we're not doing that at scale, is we're not spending enough time really writing and sending out these emails that are just going to get people back into our ecosystem and talking to us. So questions, thoughts, insights, or dialogue on that before we move forward with some action? Anybody want to chime in on this conversation? And do you guys find this helpful? Go ahead, Romel.
So that example you just gave us, you literally just ended with, are you still interested in buying real estate in the Bay Area? Done. Okay.
Silence.
Yes.
And listen, it's going to be awkward for a lot of you long talkers. It's going to be awkward for a lot of you long writers. It's going to be a challenge to not do the greetings and salutations and all the other stuff that you do. I promise you. Quick question. Right? Because most of the people are going to be viewing this in their car. Most of the people are going to be viewing this on the go. Most of the people are going to be viewing this while they're taking a shit. Quick question, right? Quick question, right? I don't know about you guys. Have you ever received an email and in the first, you look at it when you open it and it's a paragraph. And you know, there's probably some good. So Steffi, you went like this. So that paragraph is instantly turning me off from that, right? So Steffi, you agree?
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I just had to unsubscribe to somebody's mailers because it was just too long. It was just words over words over words. And just like you said, I'm probably missing some great information, but it's just not digestible.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, what happens when you're busy in your day and you open up a text message? I don't care if it's from a friend, from a homie, from a significant, from someone you know, and the thread is super. I sent one this morning, so forgive me. But when it's super, super long and you're on the go, are you going to sit there and read that whole thing? No. It's kind of like why I hate being in group chats. I hate being in group chats because now I have to look at everyone's responses and it takes me too much time. Don't put me in a group chat, please, unless it's very short. Seriously. Or if it's a video. I don't want to be in your group chats. But keep it very, very simple. Anybody else want to chime in on this? Thoughts? Aaliyah, what's your thoughts on this? Melissa, what's your thoughts on this? Take yourself off mute. Go ahead, Melissa.
To remember that because we all have such short attention spans that I literally can't read that stuff. So it's good to just think. You've talked about this a lot. Like, who are you sending this message to? Like, it's not about you. Come at them how they want to, you know.
Well, because we talk a lot, and I want you guys to think about this. When you're writing and you're growing your writing prowess, when you're writing and when you're sending an email to people that are in your ecosystem, just like you're doing a video, what's that hook? Your subject line is your hook. So make the subject line something that they want to open, and then allow them in the body of your email to read downhill. And in this case that we just did, them reading downhill led them back to go more into your ecosystem to a video that you just created about mistakes not to make when purchasing a home in the Bay Area, right? So now you've brought them even closer to you and closer to you and closer to you. Aaliyah, thoughts on this dialogue, insight? Let's hear from you.
So I recently got a video testimonial from my client, and I didn't even think to put it into a newsletter or send it out other places other than social media. So I love that idea, and I'm gonna execute on it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Let's hear from you, and then Jennifer Angel, want to hear from you. Thoughts, ideas, dialogue on this conversation.
Yes, I love that idea myself as well. I have inspections today on one of my buyers, and I'm going to start putting some video content so I can put a wonderful video together at the end once we close, and absolutely send that for my postcards. So thank you for the gem.
Yeah. Listen, you guys, case studies are working, and it's gonna be the key differentiator for you in your market when they're looking for just listed, just like we all get those. I get them. And you know what I do? I save the ones that are dope. That allow me to read downhill, right? They hook me, they grab me, and allows me to read downhill. I'm like, all right, I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to jack this one day, and I'm going to do this better, right? So Jennifer Angel, thoughts, dialogue, insight on this conversation, and then I'm going to turn the mic over to you guys in just a moment.
I like the case studies for the buyer side. I already do that on my listings, but I haven't thought about doing that on the buyer side. I do more listings than buyers. And so, yeah, I'll do that on my last sale. I'm going to do the marketing piece, like your example.
Beautiful.
Tell another story, like we met on this time, we started searching this time. This is how many homes we've seen. And then we competed against how many offers and got them this beautiful home.
Beautiful. I love it. So I'm going to turn the mic over to you guys in just a moment. We're going to talk about action, what you guys did, what you guys were able to accomplish over this last week. But I want to ask you guys, how did you guys like Min's conversation on Wednesday on group coaching? Did you guys take some valuable information? How have you communicated some of that, or what was your understanding of that? Steph, you gave a thumbs up. I kind of want to hear from you. What were some of your takeaways from that session? Because I didn't get much time with you guys afterwards, but I wanted to unpack that conversation. Steffi, what were some key takeaways that you took from that call?
I think the biggest takeaway that I got was how much more expensive a conventional loan is right now versus an FHA. Typically, people try to steer away from FHA because it usually is the opposite. But yeah, I used that intel and explained it to my client, and she was pleased with the information. And I told her that, like, we have to weigh our options here. I don't think the dream program was the only way you can get into a home. So I was just giving her the rundown of like other programs and the benefits of other programs. And hopefully more and more properties will qualify for FHA, because I know that their guidelines are more strict than, a conventional loan. But, we have to play it by ear and just keep on grinding.
That's right. I love this. I love this. Cortez, let me hear from you, big dog. What were some of your takeaways from that session? What were some of the things that you are now having communication with your consumers?
One of my big takeaways was the credit score, and how just because you had a higher credit score doesn't mean that's going to resonate with a lower interest mortgage rate for a payment. I actually had a client text me that the credit score jumped up to like 760 this morning. And I was kind of like breaking that down to her because of that session I had on Wednesday. So still want more options,
Love it.
Best rate.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Let me hear from one other person. Let's go to Lisette. Oh, Melissa, we'll go to Melissa too. So Lisette, what were some of your key takeaways and some of the correspondence you're having with your consumers?
I was really surprised that the FHA rate is better than the conventional rate. So that was an eye-opener, actually. And I am trying to execute that message in Spanish to my Spanish clients. Because the biggest thing that I got from that is the down payment need. In our Latin community, we're stuck on this 20%. And he gave some wonderful visuals, and he even opened my eyes. To be honest, I was not aware of that right now. So I love numbers. I love lending. I am trying to figure out a way to spin that to my peeps.
Yeah.
And in Spanish as well. I love Mins. I love his personality. He was hilarious. And the biggest thing that I took away from him, since I'm really trying to work on my social, is how he basically did not recreate any wheel. He just took from someone else. And that started him. So that was kind of like a little, well, don't be afraid to, borrow some stuff just a little bit.
Yeah, you guys, listen, R&D, rip off and duplicate, but just make it better,
Yeah.
right? Like honor that person that you're ripping that stuff off from. And the way that you honor that person is just make it a little bit better. So good stuff, Lisette. Melissa, you had your hand up. Let's hear from you.
The one thing, he was great, but the one thing that I've ended up talking about a little bit was part of his conspiracy theory thing. But, we always say like low inventory, but to really like break it down and say, look, because I have clients that are concerned that property values are going to go down further, right? And you're like, I've been saying low inventory, but if you say, look, why is it there are all these the government is trying to get more buyers there, but demand is not the problem. The problem is that we don't have any inventory and there's no building going on. And like, what are the consequences of that really for the future of home values? So if you can get in now, and then there are not really that many properties to purchase coming up, it's going to get worse, right? So
Totally.
I think that was a great spin.
Do you think that the release of these programs and the influx of buyers are helping the values of homes go up or down?
Up.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. They're helping us control the market. Like, thank you for putting more people to the market. Hi, baby. Because if people like the Dream program, a lot of those people are still going to find ways to purchase homes. And there's other programs out there. There's tons and tons of other programs out there. And believe me, there's going to be more programs that come out down the road. So good stuff, Melissa. Jennifer Angel, you had your hand up, and then we're going to turn the mic over to Lisa Beltran in just a moment. But Jennifer Angel, let's hear from you.
Yes, so I took screenshots when he was presenting Min, and that one comparison he did, like somebody doing a conventional with 10% down and an FHA with 5% down ends up with the same monthly payment. And I actually used that with on a conversation with one of my buyers yesterday. I sent it to her, take a look at this, because she was putting 10%, right? She has good credit, all that stuff, but she still hang up on the rate, the interest rate. So I told her, use that, do the 5% down, use the extra 5% to buy down the rate, if that's your issue. And now she's more open to it. I sent her some listings yesterday, and we're going to look at homes tomorrow.
I love this conversation because here's why, you guys, they only see it sometimes in a very linear sense. We need to make sure that we're helping them understand, like, you have options. I always look at you guys as like scientists, right? Like, oh, let's look for the right recipe and the right formula. Now you guys are equipped with even more ingredients to put together an even better formula for your consumers. So if you guys haven't seen it, I put the replay as well as all the slides in an email to you guys yesterday. Go back, watch that. Print out those slides and go through it so that way you can rehearse it. Chris B, you had your hand up, big dog. What's up?
Yeah, it just kind of reminded me, I had a Zoom buyer consultation yesterday with a client from the Bay Area that was kind of worried about everything going on. And, you know, one thing I like about Min is he just tells it like it is, you know, and I was telling her straight up, you know, especially with that video Min put out yesterday about Blackstone having another 35 billion raised to buy single family homes. So I was telling people, like, I'm not, you know, nothing's a coincidence. Like everybody, I mean, I've been been alive 46 years, and things happen for a reason. Things are predetermined. So I was like telling this buyer, like, you know, I'm not trying to fearmonger, but it's kind of, you know, it's like the Hunger Games, man. You gotta go out and get yours. It's turning dystopian. I was like, I tell everybody right now, do what you can to attain property, because in 10 years, you're gonna look back and be like, you're one of the lucky ones that bought real estate. So, I mean, it's not fear mongering. I'm just stating facts of what I'm seeing based on data, based on market conditions, based on what the government's doing, based on the economic turmoil, that things are in place right now to help buyers get into property. Rates are going to drop later on in the year, and demand's only going to go higher. Inventory is going lower. The big money is building multifamily and apartments and not focusing on single family residents, because they know it's slowly turning into a renter nation. So it's not fear mongering. It's not just trying to be desperate because I want deals. It's just stating facts and letting people know, here's what's going on. You need to take action and listen. Let me put out the game plan and show you what you need to freaking do to establish yourself and your family. So let's fucking go.
Love this. You guys, no matter what market we're in, you're always going to have that conversation with the consumer. Oh, I heard about the real estate market. It's not a good time. It's, you guys, that's going to come out from consumers' mouths from now until the end of time. The only way that you get around it is that you understand the reality of what is actually happening, and then you articulate that in a way that they can understand. Aaliyah, to answer your question, that email was sent out 9:16 yesterday morning. The replay and slides are in your email. Cool. Awesome. Really great stuff, B. Wanted to turn it over to you guys for a few minutes, or Chris B, I said. I want to turn it over to you guys about some things that have led to massive action. What I want everyone to do today is make a commitment to go in and update your CSU. I don't want to always talk about CSU, but I'm always going to talk about CSU. We've updated some things on the back end. So when you guys go in there and record it, it's actually a lot easier to navigate. It's easier to look at, and it's something that will now just make your life a lot easier. And I'm just going to share this with you really quick. Boom. It's not coming up. All right. I won't share that anyways. Make sure to go in your CSU and update your stats. Let's go to Elisa Beltran, and we'll talk to you about massive action, something that you did in your business to take massive action. She had an event that she put together yesterday in Walnut Creek. So Elisa, you want to talk to us about this? We'll come back to Elisa, but I did want to highlight Liz Serta. Liz Serta, I know you're there if you stopped walking for 1 second. So Liz Serta next week is joining us for her very first top producer dinner. So let's give her a giant round of applause. Top producer. She actually won in 2 categories for Q1. So congratulations to you. So I just wanted to give you a moment. We're obviously going to celebrate your accomplishments next week, but just want to say great job and see how you're feeling about that.
Thank you. Just super stoked, super excited to be there, be part of the, you know, those big hitters, the young people that have inspired me all along. And that's the reason why I joined this team. So thank you for keeping me motivated and inspired. And it all started with that boot camp that we did
nice.
At the end of last year.
I love it. I love it.
That created that momentum. And that's the reason why I'm there now.
So if you were able to bottle that up over the last quarter, some things that if we're going to have takeaways from this session for agents to hear from you, like what were a few things that you did that are tangible that you can share that really worked for you in Q1 to make you a top producer?
The biggest thing is actually creating a CRM. In my 15 years in real estate, I had never put all of my database together into a CRM. So that's like the biggest thing. And then using the Real Scout, you know, the tools that are provided in the follow-up boss. So those are one of the biggest changes in
Wait a minute, wait
career.
a minute. Hold on a second. Say that for the people in the back of the room. The CR what?
CRM.
You guys live, sleep, breathe all communication through your CRM. And I promise you, your business will be in a completely different place in 30 days from now. So Liz, I love it. Congratulations to you. I'm looking forward to celebrating your accomplishments. Will, you had your hand back up, big dog. Let's hear from you.
Hey, I just really, you know, as we're wrapping up the call, you know, I really want to put this out for everybody and give everybody a word of inspiration. It has been a tough 2 quarters for a lot of people I know in real estate. And, you know, to see everybody still cracking and tuning into these training sessions and doing everything that you can do. I have had a lot of phone calls with fast agents in the last couple of weeks of people that are disheartened and feeling like their asses have been kicked, but they're still doing the work. I've seen it in my own shit, man. We are working super hard with a full-time assistant and like tough month after tough month after tough month, but we are popping out of this shit. It's snow is melting. Spring is coming. There are deals starting to happen again. Stay on your grind. I just wanted to inspire everybody to not get shut down. What we're doing is, I think, revolutionary in real estate. And you guys are going to start to close some escrows and knock this shit out this summer. So I'm feeling good and re-energized. And I just wanted to say kudos to everybody that has kept their nose at the grindstone and busted their ass the last couple of quarters. I feel your pain, but let's get some good shit together here.
I love it. I love it. And congratulations to you as well. Will's actually going to be at the first top producer dinner of 2023 as well. So he's got to drive down that mountain, but I'm glad that you can. So let's spend a few minutes going through action, you guys. Who has something that they want to share with the team? An appointment that they landed, a new listing that they landed, a contract that they got accepted. Tell me about something that you did to take massive action on your business this last week that you want to share with your team that they could benefit from. Aaliyah, let's hear from you.
Yeah, so I have some exciting news that can be encouraging to people. I got a lead from cold calling about a year ago, a little over a year ago, and this person is a homeowner, and I have been following up with her for the past year, and it's in my ideal farm area. And she finally called me yesterday and asked me to come over to her home. So I got an appointment with her after following up for a year.
Yes. And now when you say your ideal area, I'm taking it this listing appointment is in Montclair.
It's in Piedmont.
Beautiful. And average sales price for a home in Piedmont is what? Average medium home price?
It's like around $2 million. The house is.
All right. And for you, what were some key takeaways for the team? I want them to know, what was your cadence? Because everyone's like, wow, you followed up for a year. What type of follow-up? How often? What did you say? Talk us through that.
The follow-up was about once every month to 2 months. So I followed up with her and I called over the phone and I spoke with her and just had conversation. It was never necessarily like, let me get that appointment, you know, right now. It was more just listening to her needs and having the conversation with her, offering value when it was needed. And she finally called me.
Wow, I love it. And did you have her in your CRM?
Yes, that's how.
Awesome.
That's why I know how many times I've called her.
And over the last year, how many correspondence have you had with her? Can you tell us that number?
Like 12 or 14.
Wow, love it, love it. And all of that is done through her CRM. Beautiful story. And then where did you get that a lead from? You said from cold calling. What were you cold calling from?
I was using Mojo Dialer and I got the address from Property Radar. Well, I got the information like phone number, name, address, email from Property Radar.
Dope. I love it. Really good job, Aaliyah. I love it. Steffi, you raised your hand as well, and then we'll come to Nicole in a moment. So Steffi, what was your contribution on this?
It was an accidental one. I was trying to clap for Aaliyah.
Oh. All right, cool. Anything you want to share, or you move on? You want to move on? Okay, cool. Nicole, it will be a little distracting if you're walking. If you want to contribute, go ahead. Was yours an accident as well?
No, I put the treadmill on pause.
Okay.
I was going to say, so you guys know I've been heavy on this neighborhood council stuff. I got 2 calls this week from people in my farm that said, can you help me sell my house and move into a bigger one? Very excited. I have a listing presentation tonight. And the other lady said, once she gets off vacation, because there's spring break for her and her kids, she's going to be ready to meet with me. Very excited.
Ooh, you guys, we have seen this time and time again. Look at Joellen, look at Nicole, look at what Colette's doing, look at what people are doing around you guys. Lean into that community. I promise you guys, I promise you, if you do it for long enough, something good is going to come out of it. So Nicole, I know you've been working your ass off. Great job. Let's talk about action. You had your hand up. What's something you did in this last week that you took massive action on that you can share with the team?
Yes, it has been a wonderful week. I am just like so grateful. But the biggest thing that I did, as you guys know, I've been struggling with structure. And I put on my big girl panties and I hired a VA.
Nice.
I am super excited for that because organization is the biggest thing for me. You know, I have 2 young kids playing different sports, and you know, my business is important. So I was really needing to find someone that I would mesh with, that I would feel comfortable with as well, and that would help me grow and alleviate some of the workload that I have, like putting together campaigns, MailChimp, blah, 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 everything that everyone is talking about. So I am just super juiced to have a right hand and to see how that goes.
Good for you. I love this. I love this. Congratulations to you. You know, I believe that when you finally get yourself organized, you will find yourself having a sense of peace, right? It still may be crazy some days, but I tell you what, you guys, I'll do 50 appointments in a week and I'm like this. I have peace because everything is so organized. So Lizette, I love that. Appreciate that. Who else wants to tell us something that they did to take massive action in their business this week that they want to share, that someone can grow from that? Liz, is that a new hand or is that an old hand?
It's a new hand.
All right, share. Go ahead.
Yeah. So actually, one of my listings that I sold in San Ramon, I helped the seller find a rental, but eventually he's going to want to buy again. And so he referred me to his cousin, who I thought that they were looking to buy, but it ends up being, so she needed a rental as well for her family. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I was able to also get her into the rental in the area that they wanted out in San Ramon. Well, it ends up being that she works for Google and her mom needs to sell her house in San Jose. So I'm beginning that listing. And then she also in the future wants to buy a house for her family.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love this. Will, is that a new hand? And then Joellen, we'll start wrapping up with you. Was that a new hand, Big Dog?
Yeah, this is a pretty cool story. As I'm sitting on the call with you guys, I just got a listing pending in Rancho Cordova, right by Chris's house. But this story is dope. I was banging on the HomeBot stuff with all you guys on the calls a few months ago. My very first HomeBot lead, super dope, African-American girl, disabled veteran, active, or she's got a military disability, but she's still on active duty, right? She owned one investment property, owned a property with her mom, helped her extract, I think it was like $69,000 over list price on an investment property, remodeled the property for her at our own cost. We had fast guys staying in the property, helping her get it done at cost within her budget to extract max value of her property, 1031'd it into another investment property, just listed this house for her with her mom, got her over list price. And it's being sold to another disabled veteran. There's literally, like in the movie Gremlins with the chair lift that goes up the steps. This guy needs one to be mobilized in his house. There's a handicapped lift that she has in her tub. This dude's getting all of this stuff that he needs with his VA loan, 100% finance. So disabled to disabled. And then she's moving that money into a new build right now. All of this came from that HomeBot lead. And like to see her life change and buying investment properties and making more money and getting stronger returns is so, so dope. And we're going to do a video about all that stuff. Like just super stoked for her.
Dude, what? And like, I'm touched. Like, what an incredible story. Like, the world needs to know about this. People that are at Travis need to know about this. Like, you are the dude that helped. Like, what a powerful, powerful story. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to you. Joellen, you had your hand up. Let's have you be the last contribution of the call.
I mean, I can't even top that. When it comes to heartfelt stuff, I can't even. Like, really? No, I'm just super excited. I'm going to be into escrow number 4 by Tuesday for the month. Like, I've worked so hard, like praying, manifesting, doing all the things. And I even have more coming. My pipeline is already filled to like June. So, I mean, and my new goal is going for Sacramento's top 500, and I'm already almost there.
I love this.
That is my goal. I want to be up there with Will. I want to be up there with Chris, and I'm going to be there. I'm coming for it. I'm there.
Ooh, I love this. I love this, you guys. We covered a lot of stuff today. One more time, I'm going to share this with you guys. I'm sorry, let me pull this back up. One more time, you guys. I want to share this with you. Remember this. Don't forget this. If we don't have the template built, build it on your own right now. Tell the VA exactly what you want. Sold in 21 days. 123 Main Street, timeline, pictures, really that simple. Do a case study. Last thing I want to share with you guys once again, so you guys can see it again, in case you hopped on a little bit later, this email template right here. So very, very simple, you guys. Don't make this a mistake. I made this 49-second video of mistakes in purchasing a home in this area. Here's the link. It's only 49 seconds long. Shoot me a reply if you like it. Very, very simple. Links back to a dope video that you created on social, creates more traffic, more engagement, more eyes on you. And so I wanted to share that with you. And lastly, I want you guys to take this. We didn't have a conversation about this, but I'm going to share this with you. And I'm going to put this in. Here's a recent consumer report and marketing report from BAM. This article is absolutely fire. It's going to give you analytics, share with you what people are viewing, how long they're viewing, why they're viewing it, what consumers are posting, what they're looking at, all kinds of different trends. Thank me later. You'll find that article to be such a powerful article. Now, you guys have a choice. You guys are either going to hop off this call in a minute or two, and you're going to be like, okay, cool, that was great. I heard from Liz, I heard from Will, I heard from Nicole, I heard from Aaliyah, I heard from Lizette, and you're just going to close up your notes and just go about your day. Or you're going to say, you know what? I'm going to do one thing today. I'm going to do one thing, and that's all I ask of you guys, to show me your receipts. Say that I'm going to do one thing that's going to allow me to move forward in my business. That's it. Now, I want you guys to commit to using CC, you guys. We changed that whole back end up. That way you guys can go in there, simply record, and be able to look at that. I talked to Maria yesterday. We have a coaching session. I said, Maria, did you hit your conversations for the week? She said, hold on, let me look. She said, I did 21. So she was literally 4 off of her goal. So she knew exactly what she needed to do in order to hit the right amount of conversations in order for her to hit her yearly goals. You guys, get really in tune with these things. Have some fun today. Take some action on the things that we have covered. And I appreciate you guys. I'm going to hear from 2 people as we close out the room today. Let's go to Chris B. Chris B, key takeaways from our time together today. And then we'll go to Sydney, key takeaways. At least I called on you earlier, but we missed you. I gave you the spotlight, but we'll do it next time. Chris B, key takeaways from our time together.
Man, my key takeaway is just being inspired from y'all beautiful people and just hearing everybody's success stories. This is what keeps me going. This is what keeps this old veteran like just hungry just to go out there and get better. And I just appreciate you guys for just the collective energy, and let's go out there and crush it. That's my takeaway.
I love it, bro, and love it. I love that you're in the booth. I tell you what, man, that is, it's good to see you in that booth. Sydney, let's have you close this out. Sydney, key takeaways from our time together today, and let's hear from you.
You know, I'm a new agent, and joining you guys, it just inspires me to just hit it harder each and every single day. I'm in a little bit of a struggle, but that's not going to keep me down. I'm still going to give 120% of my time and give it all I got.
Well, cool. Hey, and listen, here's the cool thing, and it's going to be rolling out within your environment. Your leader is running a competition that we decided on yesterday. He's going to get you guys in this really cool competition and reward you, or give you the ability to get a reward that is super, super dope. So you want that extra push, you want that extra motivation, it's coming for you, and it's coming on Monday. So be on the lookout for that. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm heading into Stockton with Silas today. So if you're going to be in the Stockton office, we're going to install some art. We're going to install a new phone booth there. So look forward to seeing you guys if you're in Stockton. But thank you guys for your time, your effort, your energy, your insights. I really appreciate you. I love you. And as always, you guys, keep it moving towards your dreams, your goals, and your vision, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Peace.